Hello and good Sunday, everybody. Meteorologist Keith Gibson here in the First Alert Weather Center. Hopefully you're doing well. We will go into our weather discussion and talk about the coming week. We have a lot of stuff happening. Of course, AirVenture getting ready to get underway tomorrow, and Packers training camp getting ready to start as well on Monday. But let's go outdoors real quick and just show you what we have going on this Sunday evening. It's been very pleasant. Now, right now we are looking at our Appleton sky cam, the sun getting lower on the horizon. Let's go to Oshkosh where a lot of folks will be out and about at AirVenture as we go throughout the next week. It's fairly benign right now. There's a bug on the camera lens, but we should have some pretty good weather overall for EAA. And let's get into that discussion here as I'm going to pull up our forecast graphics and say hello to you on this Sunday. Great to see you. Now let's talk about AirVenture. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good start to the event, the week. And really, we're just focusing on Tuesday primarily for being the best chance of some widespread rain around our area. So getting into our discussion, Monday morning, 7 o'clock, if you're venturing out early, if you're going to be around there at that time. Temperatures will be on the cooler side, likely low 60s, but as we get going into the late morning, warming into the 70s, looking really good, mostly sunny in the morning. About 81 or so, 81, 82 by early afternoon should be really good. We're calling it partly cloudy. Now, as we advance into the latter part of the afternoon and pause this at 4, you see a little bit of a blip there. I don't really expect anything significant around the Oshkosh area tomorrow. Can't rule it out, but I would say we are looking at generally partly cloudy skies, low 80s, reasonably light wind, a pretty good summer Monday for us for AirVenture. Now, Packers training camp, if you are venturing to Green Bay on Monday morning, it kicks off at 10:30, but I'm sure a lot of folks will be gathering before that. Mid to upper 70s to around 80 by midday. Should be really good, partly cloudy skies. And keep in mind, for any of these outdoor events tomorrow, sunglasses, sunscreen, a hat. That sun's still very, very powerful. It is going to be pretty nice, therefore, day one of training camp. And let's hope we're still talking about Packers practice come February, right? Leading up to the Super Bowl. Highs today, not bad. 70s to low 80s, about where we should be for this time of year. The average high is 81. It was actually 81 in Green Bay today, so not bad. We had a bit of a grayish type start and some clouds around at times today. Now, here's our temperature trend. We are going to bump things down a little bit after tomorrow, back into the 70s, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a nice rebound back into the mid to upper 80s to around 90 by this time next week. So warm weather will be coming. We're just going to have a little bit of a downward tick on the thermometer here as we get into the middle of the week. Now, as far as rain today, we really missed it. We had a small chance for some rain and storms in the forecast for northeastern Wisconsin. Most of that really erupted just to our southwest, and that's where it has been over the last hour. You can see First Alert Viper Max south and west of Madison. Some pretty good downpours, thunder and lightning. I see a little severe thunderstorm warning there that was issued for areas west of the Dells here this evening. But we really enjoyed a pretty quiet night, or a pretty quiet day. We'll have a quiet night, and we are looking at a reasonably tame Monday. I've circled this area up in Canada, north of Winnipeg. There's an area of low pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That will be coming down and really bumping up our rain chances as we get into Tuesday. Can't say we will not have a shower storm tomorrow, but there will be a better chance for some wet weather on Tuesday. So that would be our next weather maker here. Most of our area will have an elevated chance for some rain. Severe weather risk remains low, but any one of these storms could produce some locally heavy downpours. If you were around, or if you live north of Green Bay into the North Woods yesterday, you certainly know that there were some downpours out there. We didn't have any rain at my place in Green Bay or Point South. It was really dry. So the weather we had yesterday with those downpours in the north will likely have some more of those heavier downpours on Tuesday if we're going to get this activity as it rolls on through. Don't really expect widespread severe weather, but I would expect to see at least some heavier rain at some point here as we get into Tuesday. So let me time this out predictor in case you missed it. If you're out and about on the Sunday doing some outdoorsy type things, fairly quiet skies for tonight. could be a little bit of patchy fog, especially west of the Fox Valley late tonight, tomorrow morning. And as we get into our day Monday, should be pretty good. Again, there could be a stray shower storm somewhere here in northeastern Wisconsin. This is 4 o'clock. I would suspect the better odds will be north and west out towards north central Wisconsin, the western UP. And that's where we would expect things going into the evening. That would be the first little taste of that upper air disturbance coming on down from Canada. So whatever happens to our northwest tomorrow will likely fade away and fizzle a little bit as it approaches our area. But Tuesday morning, and just in general Tuesday, we'll have more cloud cover around. I think the volume of rain, the number of showers and storms will be increasing by late morning Tuesday into the afternoon. This is noon or so. Again, we got AirVenture, we've got Packers training camp. Some things we'll have to be watching out for since those are outdoor events and there will be some showers and storms around here. Going into 4 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, more or less the same story, a chance for some rain and storms. And then that will be pulling away going into Tuesday evening. That is the best rain chance for the entire week. That would be Tuesday before we have some drier conditions come on in later in the week. Now, I'm still awaiting the update run of Predictor here for the latest forecast clouds and radar I just showed you and the latest precipitation potential for Tuesday. But, it's doing a decent job depicting the scenario. Heavy downpours for some of us and very little for others. That was the same story on Saturday, yesterday, up north, where we had some really good pockets of rain, and some spots got a little rain, but really missed the heavy downpours, and some spots didn't see anything. So Tuesday, we could have some heavier rain around and some thunderstorm activity, of course. We do not need lightning with outdoor events, and that could be something else we'll have to watch out for. Hey, Barb, hopefully you are doing well this evening. Thanks for chiming in on the old Facebook chat. And if you have any questions or concerns or comments, just let me know here. I've got my device, and I'm trying to multitask and monitor. So Tuesday, the best chance for rain. Now, this is Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock. I do envision a few pop-up showers and storms around on Wednesday. We will still have a little bit of energy, a little bit of moisture around, so we're not going to be completely dry there. But it will be a lesser opportunity Wednesday versus Tuesday. Going into Thursday and beyond, then we really start to dry things out here as high pressure moves on through. And it looks like we get on the backside of high pressure for next weekend. That would mean a southwesterly flow, more humidity, hotter temperatures, and the pattern could break down a little bit going into the following work week and give us a better chance for some storms. But the early outlook for next weekend looks pretty good. If you like warm and reasonably dry and humid summer air, that could be coming our way next weekend. All right, so we'll see how things shake out. Now, as far as the comfort meter, the dew point values, not too bad now, actually very comfortable. We'll be comfortable on Monday, dew points primarily in the 50s. We will be muggy on Tuesday with those rain chances around. It's going to be humid. You'll want to keep the AC on just because it's going to be a little damp and just kind of uncomfortable day. Dew points in the mid to upper 60s, and then we'll start to dry the atmosphere out starting the second part of Wednesday going into Thursday, and for the start of next weekend as we warm up, it's going to be relatively dry initially, so that will ease the warmth factor a little bit. It's not going to be a blast of hot and humid. It's going to be warm and gradually humid as we go through time next week. But Tuesday, probably the best rain chance, and the highest humidity, the most uncomfortable, sticky type day over the next week. Now, these are the current numbers. We're still in the 70s in many spots. I think there probably are some 60s locally. This is the regional perspective here. So 70s and 60s here, not bad. Out towards the Dakotas, Montana, still well into the low and mid 80s. And we will taste some of that warmth as we go throughout the next couple of days. How about that? Now, fair skies, light wind, pretty comfortable tonight. We should be looking at lows primarily in the 50s. This is going to be a pretty comfortable night. I've got 56 in Green Bay, likely low 50s across the North Woods. I would say there could be, I'm going to say there will likely be some upper 40s in the North Woods tonight. It will be quite comfortable, but around Lake Winnebago, around 60 degrees or around 60 or the low 60s along the lake shore as well. So that's what we're looking out for your Monday. The average still 81. Low to mid 80s to the valley, up into the north woods. A little bit of an onshore flow, likely keeping things right on the water. A little bit cooler near Lake Michigan up into Door County and Washington Island, but still should be a pretty nice Monday for us here. Not too bad. And again, winds should be pretty variable and light tonight and tomorrow. Perhaps I can't even speak, picking up a little bit as the day goes on here. But waves, if you're taking the boat out tomorrow, should be less than a foot and probably less than 2 feet there on Tuesday. So no major wind coming our way anytime soon. Let me show you the first alert 7-day forecast here real quick. I'm going to pop this up full. And I also need to talk about some smoke and haze that's in the air. And I'm going to bring that into the forefront here once we just mentioned through the 7-day here, talk about the 7-day. As you can see, we've got 84 tomorrow, best rain chance Tuesday up to 60% and down to about 30% Wednesday, a little bit cooler there. I think we're going to be dry and warm Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and as we showed you there with the humidity, it's going to be muggy Tuesday, but even as we warm up next week and next weekend, it will be still relatively dry here going into next weekend. I'll put the 90 on there. We haven't had a lot of extreme heat in a while. It's been muggy at times. Here we've had a lot of wet weather. But that is the 7-day trend. Now, you've probably noticed as we've gone throughout the last couple of days, the sky has been looking a little bit milky, a little bit hazy. So let me show you that. There's been some smoke in the air. This is First Alert Viper Max. This is where the current rain is. But let's go back to talk about the smoke. And there's been a lot of haze in the air. Some wildfires obviously burning out west again. It hasn't been as bad this summer, thankfully, as compared to last year. Man, last year was so bad. But we've only had a handful of days that have been really hazy here this year, which is certainly good news. But we've had a little bit of smoke drift on into the region this evening. This is one particular smoke forecast model that we really put a lot of confidence in. It's a pretty good one. But it's depicting some of that smoke that has been drifting through now. It's really thick back to the west into Canada, Montana, the Dakotas. We're just getting a little taste, and this is through Tuesday. So what you just saw there was through Tuesday. It's still going to look a little bit hazy. It's primarily aloft, and at this point we don't have any signs that we're going to have really thick smoke down at the surface that could cause serious health issues, but at times our air quality recently has been going up into the moderate range. So just be aware of that. That is something that we continue to watch, but the airflow pattern, at least for the next couple of days, will keep the thickest smoke that would be near the surface, probably back to the west, but it's still looking like it could be just a little bit hazy. So that is what we are dealing with here on our Sunday. Should be a pretty good Monday, a little bit unsettled there on Tuesday, and then we'll warm it up and have some warmer weather by next weekend. Overall, no major concerns aside from some heavy rain potential there on Tuesday, and some of those showers and storms could also produce some lightning, and a lot of folks will be out and about there for EAA Air Venture and Packers Training Camp. We will continue to monitor the latest trends and keep you updated later tonight, but definitely tomorrow leading up to Tuesday as that system comes on in. So have a great Sunday evening, what's left of it, and if you're back to work tomorrow, it should be a pretty quiet start to the work week. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.